Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you. Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxchair, on the show this evening as we build up to a away tie in Poland against Dynamo Kyiv. It's Bridgeman and GB. How we doing, boys?
Evening all, how are we getting on?
Aye, good GB yourself.
Aye, good Ox, and good to be on with Bridgeman tonight. An older heed to keep the young GB level headed.
Young GB, you're stretching a long bow now. Bridgeman. Evening, Bridge. Oh. Some things never fail, GB. Some things never.
Yeah, I cared.
Yeah, I know. He's talking away there. But, GB, I believe you've got the team for us, mate, yeah?
Yeah, mate, interesting team. So I'll give you the starting 11, mate. So here we go. Butland, Tav, Suter, Balogun, Ridvan, Diamande, Barn, Lawrence, McCausland, Wright and Dessers. Would you like the subs?
Yes, please, mate. That'll be...
subs as well, mate. We've got Kelly, Proper, Matondo, Cherny, Dowell, Sterling, Yefte, Davies, King, Fraser, McKinnon and Danilo.
Right, I can see the squad being stronger, but I'm not necessarily too sure about the starting 11. But however, the back four's the same. One change. Balogun comes in for Ben Davis, which I think was justified after the performance at the weekend. We might see Proper tonight. The midfield looks the same. And McCausland comes in for the boy Cortez, who got injured. And Matondo doesn't keep his place. Cherny building up his fitness. So we get that. So we've got a team there where it's pretty similar to Saturday and pretty similar to what we watched last season. Are you with us, Bridge?
Absolutely, yeah.
How you doing, mate?
Apologies about that. I don't know what happened. I think it dropped out. Unbelievable. Anyway, I agree with everything you've said there. I think that team, as I just said prior to the show starting, it's kind of frightening to see it, because you're looking at a team that just looks like last season's team, and they actually are the same team. And how we've got to the same team for last season on a European tie for this season, I'll never know.
Aye, well, I always thought the most difficult thing's getting players out of club, but it's proven more difficult than I thought. So I'm hopeful there'll be some movement, some changes, and the team will develop. GB, look, it's not a night for looking back and looking forward. It's a night of just concentrating on the game. I think we'll play the same shape, mate. The 4-2-3-1, Barron and Diamande. Hopefully Lawrence gets a bit of space to flourish, mate.
Ox, you're right. There's players in that starting 11 that can hurt a team. You know what I mean? It's just about them applying it and showing their talents tonight. Again, the manager said in his press conference the players want to play at this level. Balogun's even said it as well. And by the way, hats off to him, Ox. I know he's the older defender in the squad and stuff like that, but it just shows you into his professionalism, his class gets him another starting place in front of other defenders, other players. You know what I mean? I think sometimes these other boys in this squad have got to look up to these guys and try and push them out of the way, but this shows you Big Balogun's still doing his job. But like you say, Ox, the night's all about just getting through the tie, and I think it's really important for us to be building this squad that we're looking for to make sure we get through this tie. That's his maximum concentration tonight and just bring something home for the return leg. Rich, what do you think, mate?
Well, I actually think I touched on something of that earlier on. For tonight and going forward, it looks like we've got a squad. The man's got a squad, and this is his pick of the squad that he's got. He's picking the team. There's no ifs and buts about it. He's picking the team. So I don't know whether we can expect great things, because we know the quality of the team. It's how he's going to make them play. Where are they going to play? What positions? What style of play? And so on and so forth. We will not. We'll no see that at least until at least the first 10 minutes of the game. We'll start to see what kind of shape we're taking and how tight our team is going to make it for them, because we've got to be tight at the back, solid at the back, because that team, they're no mugs. Let's put it that way, they're no mugs.
They're no mugs. But what we're needing, GB, is a bit of fizz, a bit of spark, a bit of something, to slowly lift this gloom and let us see. And then we've got other guys coming into the team, and give us a team again, and then and go through the substitutes as well, mate.
I think it has. So the starting 11 for the night is Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Balogun, Ridvan, Diamande, Barn, Lawrence, McCausland, Wright, and Dessers. The subs is Kelly, Proper, Matondo, Cherney, Dowell, Stirling, Yefty, Davies, King, Fraser, McKinnon, and Danilo.
Okay, so we've got a couple of players in there. Hopefully, it'll be pushing for a place going forward. Cherney and Proper, and that's a start. And obviously, that's 20% of your outfield players. So being replaced, and hopefully they'll be up to fitness within the next after tonight. And then we've got games coming thick and fast, Bridge, and then hopefully that will start improving our first 11. Because I accept your point, Bridge. We do need some changes. We need some positivity, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the chaps that are there and the whole squad. You're speaking about Danilo's came back ready to play by the look of it. So if he gets a chance tonight, 20 minutes, half an hour, if indeed he gets that, the manager's got to bleed these players in. The boy Proper, everybody's looking forward to seeing him. Every Rangers fan's looking forward to seeing him and see what a difference he can make, if any at all. But there's a lot of people that, like me, think he should have been actually playing. He should have been in the team for tonight. But I think the manager had mentioned that he's been very busy elsewhere. He's not getting that much training in. So what can you say? The man's going to bleed him in easily. So he'll probably get the second half. And I hope it happens like that, because we definitely need him to come in and start playing and show what he can do. Because I've only seen snippets of him, but he looks a lovely passer of the ball. And we need somebody to be able to pass the ball from the back. Be a lovely passer of the ball. That's what we want. And obviously a good tackler.
Yeah, he plays on the left side, and we'll see what it takes. He looked as if he had a decent left foot in the clips I've seen, but he's not starting tonight, so we'll just go with the starting base now. I think the manager's got it right with taking Ben Davis, if you judge him just on the performance on Saturday. So hopefully that gives us a bit more stability at the back, and then when midfield can flourish. And the guy that's been a success so far in there this season is the youngest guy, one of the younger guys, and the guy new in the door, Connor Barron, mate. And I hope he can keep up his form, GB. Yeah?
100%, Ox. I think that says the whole Barron signing was one of the ones we've probably thought the boy's got experience, but it's probably got to take a while for him to take a shot. But the boys came in with the right attitude for day one, Ox. He's wanted a shot. He's wanted to keep his place. He's shown that he's hungry in the matches. He's probably hardly put a foot wrong in even the pre-season and even the game against Hearts as well. He wasn't feared to take a dig at goal. As it stands now, the boy is showing the example of a Rangers player, and what it says, hopefully it rubs off on some of the other ones that have been there longer, Ox.
Yeah. Bridgeman, I think we'll definitely set up the same formation, mate. What's your views on that?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there'll be any changes, really. The guys kind of build into that those positions. they're starting to realise what they're doing, I think, and let's hope they can continue it tonight and start to, the wee things that we were rubbing against each other, or bumping into each other, or in each other's territory, and so on and so forth, and even live with that. They'll be able to play on, forget, ignore, whatever, and just get on with it. And what GB said about young lad Barron, for me, he's been the best player that I've seen in the Rangers shirt at the moment. He's been absolutely tremendous for us. And I'm not saying he's perfect in any way, shape or form, but my goodness gracious, he's got a lovely engine in him, and he does everything he can. He's got a wee mix. There's wee mix-ups, as I say, with positional things, but he's going to get used to that, and it'll get sorted out. He covers every blade of grass, and that's what we've been looking for in the midfield. Everybody play the way they can play, and it all work. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, GB, before we open the phone lines, are you surprised that young McCausland come back in?
A wee bit, because he wasn't even in the squad at the weekend, which was surprising. But obviously with the injury to Cortez, then he comes straight back in and grabs a place. Strangely enough, he grabs a place right in front of Matondo. Now, Matondo was rubbish at the weekend, but you'd think with him and Cortez seemingly being the two to fight it out in that left side this season so far, it just shows you how poor Matondo's been, that McCausland can walk straight back into that position, mate. And to be honest, I'm quite happy with it. I think McCausland will go out there and show endeavour. He's not the finished article, but what it says, I think he'll give you a all good effort and trying his heart out.
Yeah, okay. Quick question for you, yes or no answers. Are you happy with the team that's picked tonight, considering the squad? Bridge?
Yeah.
GB?
No.
Okay, split decision now. Split decision. Okay, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Some interesting stats. GB, you've got one about this team for the last round,
Aye, 9 different goal scorers in their 2 games. So it just shows you they've got goals well throughout their team, and it's something they've just got to be well aware of tonight. I think folk have kind of questioned what kind of level of opposition they were playing in the last round, but it says when you're scoring, overall 9 goals in a 2-tied leg, then you're doing something right.
In the last 6 matches in all competition, Dynamo Kyiv have won 5 and lost 1. They've scored 19, conceded 5 in that stretch, scoring first in 4 of the occasions at contests. They've had 6 the first half goals, where their opponents netted 3 times the first 45 minutes. Rangers have won 3, drawn 1 and lost 2 in their last 6. They've scored 15, conceded 10 in that stretch, netting first in 1 of the 6. They had 4 goals in the first half, while their opponents netted 7 times before the break. So we seem to be a second half team, bizarrely. And I think it was Linda that pointed that out last night. They were no starting well, Bridgman. And the stats bear that out.
Yes, amazingly. But the same problems that we kind of had about big chunks of last season, where the team never got off the pitch, actually. Never did anything. And we're down a goal within minutes. And obviously a lot of the times we fought back and did well. But this slackness in the way we play at the start-up, or the teams that come on and play us, are really up for the game far more. It's obviously they're far more up for the game than we are at that point in time. And we still haven't quite realised it yet. They need to get up for the game. When you come out, as soon as you go into that pitch, be up for the game. Don't let them run past you, and don't do anything stupid. Get in there and get the ball. Simple as that. Play the ball and play your game.
It's pretty damning, if we're honest. Phoebe, yeah?
Hiox, it's been a thing. It's been going on for a while, hasn't it? I think even Beale time as well. Even Gio to a certain extent. I think the team was always slow in the start, and it was always like second half performances. We always enjoyed that. It was that running joke. We always like to give a team a goal at a start. That's where I'm disappointed in the pre-season, Ox. I just felt that Clement should have had his better ready, better organised for this coming in. It seems to be the same old stuff that we're seeing for a team that's, like I says, just no there. I think Southside made a great point the other night there about the whole how we didn't look fit running into the start of the season for the Hearts game, and the other teams run about us looked as though, like I says, they had an abundance of energy. Maybe again, if you look Clement, sometimes what he says, he's saying one thing and doing another, if you mean, because he always said about his pre-seasons and stuff like that would have them fit and ready. Well, the night's another time to show us what he's been talking about, because he said we're going to get some surprises at the weekend, and I've not seen it yet, Ox, so I'm hoping the night is when we see these surprises.
Aye, well, there's definitely surprises, GB. Some of the proof.
Tell me.
Ox, can I ask you the same question you asked us about are you happy with the squad that's starting tonight?
Have you read my job description here? I don't do answers. Carry on.
Coward.
Sitting on that fence.
GB, going away, fire away.
Right, Ox, are you happy with the team lineup tonight?
I thought you were going to ask me one about you and Mrs. GB. Listen, I recognise the constraints the manager's got. Yeah, but we can only play that fiddle for so long, mate. We need to get some of these bodies in the team. He's been unlucky with Raskin and Cortez, and I get it. They're potentially starters, both of them potentially starters, and they're injured already, which is bizarre. So I understand about the boys were brought in, Cherney and Proper, who are experienced pros who go right into your first team and hopefully improve your team. So we want to see that soon. So I recognise he must think they're not quite ready. So what he's got, he's gone with. Yeah, I don't personally like the 4-2-3-1. I'd have went slightly different tonight. And if he's fit and could have played, I would have had Sterling in the team. So that says that I'm no overly pleased with the starting 11. Yeah, but if he's no fit, Sterling, I don't know. It worries me also because he's a guy that's regularly injured. So the answer is no. Same as you.
Fair points, mate. Fair points.
Yeah, but Fox seems to think there's potential that we'll go with a 4-5-1. Yeah, but as the three midfielders in the middle would be Lawrence and Barron and Diamondi, and I just don't see that. I just don't see there's no. The Barron gets an awful lot of work to do there because Diamondi's he's a free spirit and Lawrence is a mere attacking player, Bridger.
Yeah, there's a number of ways you can try and figure it out, and some of them sound quite good, and the players that are there can play in those type of things. But we do really have to have a packed midfield. We've got to have a 4-5-1. I would suggest 4-5-1 is a sensible situation for we're away from home. It's a European Champions League qualifiers, so we really need to be able to close any chances that team can make, particularly out wide. And I think 4-5-1 is very sensible. I think that's about right. I think they'll go with that. Let Dessers up the step. Obviously, the midfielders need to be ready to run and ready to move and support Dessers. And they've got a hell of a job on tonight, the midfielders. Hell of a job. And so have the defence.
Yeah, but bizarrely, our form in Europe is out and anywhere. There's been good performances. Even the last away performance we had in Europe in Benfica, bizarrely, was arguably one of our best performances of the season. And we should have won the game. An own goal and a silly penalty kick with our two centre-halves. We should have won and deserved to win the game, GB. So, seems to, for some reason, make us play.
I know, I was talking about this actually to Port the other day, and it wouldn't surprise me that the Rangers go out and get some sort of result out of these two games. It seems to be that we enjoy Europe more than we enjoy our own league. And it might be down to formation, Ox. Maybe says the manager's right in that scenario, picking this kind of formation. But I just wish he would maybe, look at his kind of league campaign a wee bit different when it comes to the tactics. Whereas I can't, like you say, Ox, I can't argue against his tactics in Europe because it seems to work. We do seem to compete. We do seem to create goals. And for some strange reason, Dessers seems to come alive as well in these kind of games.
Sorry. I was going to say it's a different type of pressure. I know it's a game of football and the pressure's the pressure, but it's a different type of pressure when you're playing against. That's a top quality team, there's no doubt about it. They're at least on the same level as us, if not maybe 2 levels above us, based on the amount of goals they score and the way they can defend their goal. We can't do either of the two at the moment in the league, so I'll be really keen to see how we do in Europe. And it's a big task for us. Make no mistakes, a big task. But I'm quite confident that we're going to go in there and defend well from the midfield back. We don't want Dessers popping up in the box. Hope he doesn't have to pop up in the box and save the day. We want him to be up top and make sure that one or two of their players are on him. Because if we get back into our defence, you're going to end up with all of their side playing 30 yards from our goal, and we can't afford that because the ball just keeps going back and back and back. So we need Dessers up there to do what Dessers can do, to chase everything down. Big task for them, big task. So the boys need to come out, play well, really and truly need to play well, get the ball and play the ball. Don't boot it out the park for the first 5 minutes if you can help it, but play the ball, pass it. That's the European style of football, pass the ball.
Yes, the VAR team there, they missed the sign of the turning GB here.
I've seen that. That could be.
Tell us what happened there, Oxjar.
This is a live show, Bridge. I don't want to.
All right, okay.
GB.
Aye, no comment, Bridge. But it could be a good thing for Rangers or a bad thing because VAR's again in Europe has looked pretty good for us. So we'll see. We'll definitely see tonight. But I says, Ox, I just want to see a performance. I want to see some good football tonight. I really do hope that the players rise to the occasion because, as Balogun says, this is where you want to be. You want to test yourself against the best, and I think it's vital that we get through at least this round anyway, Ox. If we don't get any further, then fair enough. But this round is worth big bucks to us. It's probably worth a decent signing into this squad, I think.
Well, it gives that spark, mate. I think it gives a spark lifting home. Brings revenue into the club because obviously we've got home games and you get money as you progress. So it's important to us. And hopefully we can get through the 2 ties. The draw's been reasonably favourable to us. It could have been a lot worse. Are we out-and-out favourites? No, I don't think so. I think you can get us, I think somebody said you can get us at 3-1 tonight. So the bookies don't see us getting a result tonight. However, we've upset the odds before in Europe, Bridge, in the last few years, so we can do it again. But you need to play, mate. Eh?
Oh, yeah, 100% they need to play. They need to realise what their platform is tonight. They need to realise this is an absolute stonewall chance for them to make themselves better in the eyes of the world, because that's what's going to happen. The European Champions League qualifiers are going to be worldwide, and they need to show that they can do it. They can't be similar to what they've been in the league. They can't be that. If they are like that, then I'm afraid it doesn't augur well for us, I must say. But I think they can get some form, or whatever form they've got on the pitch in the training. They need to bring that in. Otherwise, I'm just imagine the managers picked them because they're the best on the training field.
What have you done, Bob? What have we done since Saturday, mate? Well, we travelled yesterday.
Yeah.
Like what? Maybe last night. We might have went back in on Sunday, but that'll be see who's fit and maybe train
absolutely, pal. Yeah.
The ones that's not done anything. Yeah.
I'm talking about the days since they've been there where they're gathering up and it's all light stuff. They're not going to be doing anything too heavy. But the manager's got to see how they are, how they've reacted to the game, and most assuredly, how do they feel after it's only a draw at Hearts, you know. A lot of them will be saying that they're disappointed. But they should be disappointed because a lot of that game we were pretty poor. So we can't be that poor again. We need to get out and pick ourselves up and play football. Play with each other. Pass the ball to each other. Don't give it away. Because you know how I feel about people giving things away. It happens all the time. That's why sort of breakaways.
You mean pass it to somebody with a
somebody in a blue jersey. Yes, that's it.
Yes, it's a simple game, GB. Right, come and join us. 0141 356 1972. Give us your thoughts on the team. What your hopes are for the night. What you're expecting. Are you happy with the changes you would have made? Come and join us. 0141 356 1972. People join us all the time, GB. You use the teams and the substitute.
Yep, Ox. So we've got our starting 11 is Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Balogun, Ridvan, Diamande, Barron, Lawrence, McCausland, Wright and Dessers. The subs is Kelly, Proper, Matondo, Cherney, Dowell, Stirling, Yefty, Davies, King, Fraser, McKinnon and Danilo.
I was pretty silly me earlier on. I forgot about Yefty. Obviously, we'll see how that goes with him in the left back position. He's looked drawbridge, but he did look pacey, didn't he? Yeah, and he looked as if he's more an attacking fullback than a defensive fullback, and I'm being kind there, Bridge.
Yeah, most assuredly. I think he's been, I was going to say played out of position, not necessarily out of position, but the style of play that we were playing. I don't know whether he was, shall we say, at the same class as the rest of the players, and I'm talking about classroom. He doesn't seem to have picked up what he's supposed to do or what the manager expects of him in certain scenarios, and he needs to pick that up and needs to get it right. There's no doubt about the guy can run. He can run like a hare, and he looks quite elegant when he's got the ball at his feet, and he can do things correctly. A big difficulty, of course, as everybody sees, he doesn't know what to do when he's going to defend. When they get him on the turn, he doesn't know what to do. He's a big fella, looks after himself, no problems at all. And he can make good tackles, and he can go like the wind down the wing. That's the ones we're looking for. Like the wind down the wing. Get yourself down there and get the ball across. Let's see what you've got. But you need to, number one, you need to be thought process defensive. What we're going to do defensively. You need to be able to take the ball off the opposition. Simple as that.
Aye. He's got assets, but raw. So, listen, that's 3 new players on the bench, and obviously he's moved to a new country, a new culture, a new team. You know, he's reasonably young. GB, yeah, he's no experienced pro. I know he was playing in Cyprus, but well, we'll see. We're not getting up hope yet. He's definitely not a finished article, but we'll see what it takes us, and if he gets involved tonight or he's involved in games going forward, mate.
Aye, Ox, unfortunately, it's a sign of the squad and the kind of players that we're signing. It is boys that are having to settle. I mean, like you said earlier on, Barnes, the only one that's came in and hit the ground running, which is a shame. Maybe Kelly, to a certain extent. Well, he's done all right in goal, but Yefty, he had a lot of starts in the pre-season, and I think we were trying to push him and try and get him to understand the game pretty quick, Ox. But again, there's definitely defensive frailties there at times.
You've been kind also.
And I think that's why Ridvan comes straight back into squad, Ox, because he's clearly got to get out of the game, and I don't think the manager wants to leave himself floating in a Champions League qualifier.
Is that part of the problem with the team, mate? The way we play with the 2 wingers, and you're been relying on Wright and McCausland to help cover up your fullbacks, and they ain't, let's be honest, the 2 of them aren't defensive players at all. You know, does that mean that then if the people get forward, they'll have 2-on-1? One of our fullbacks, is that a concern, Bridge?
100%, absolutely. And the chaps who are wide, they need to get back. They need to go back and just even cover, behind them, 20 yards, 25 yards. That makes a huge difference. But if they're standing up the pitch and they start playing beautiful football, which I know they can do, and they too are, wherever they are out wide still and not participating in the game. Every player must participate in the game at all times. Well, I can understand the exception of, Dessers, because I would like him to stay up front and he's going to have to be marked. But when a team can play football in front of you, oh my goodness gracious, and they leave you behind, and that's what we don't want. We don't want these lads to be left behind. They must need to be there to make these wee stupid delicate tackles or touches, put the ball out for a throw in, even give a foul away every now and again. It's got to be done. We need to do that. We need to assist everybody. Everybody assists you, and you assist everybody. That's what it's got to be.
Aye, team. Play as a team. Simple as that, Bridge.
100%. 100%.
I mean, I know you used to say I was a bit of a maverick at the Rangers Radio 5 sides.
Maverick.
You know. You've got to let the talent shine through.
Oh, I love it. That's brilliant, by the way. Absolutely brilliant. What do you think of that, GB?
He'll suit the kind of shades.
I was a Top Gun. Anyway, we've been joined by James from Tennessee. Evening, James.
Good evening, boys. How are you? How is everyone? Yeah, just a few points here. Right, I was watching Rangers Review, and they spoke about Hefty or Jefty, right? And the manager of the Cypriot team said his comments were, yeah, Hefty's, we're going to buy someone else because he's a better defender. And I'm listening to the Rangers Review and thinking, well, why did we not sign somebody that's a better defender than Hefty? You know what I mean? It's just laughable. The next point is Tavernier. Tavernier, can you hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, carry on, James.
Yeah. Tavernier's playing with, is it Cherna? The new Czech guy.
Well, no tonight, he's no Cherny's on the bench, yeah?
Yeah, but the last game, and Cherna was looking for the ball again, putting his hand down, and Tavernier doesn't pass to him. It wasn't a very good 1-2. You've got to do combination plays. But Tavernier crosses. You know myself, I've never been a lover of Tavernier, to be honest. I think his time's up. And why has other teams not come in and bought him if he's that great? Which I don't think. He's been a good servant to Rangers, but his time's up. So that's my second point. The other point was, I was talking to my son about the game, and he says the team from the other side of the city make much more chances than we do. We don't do enough chances, make enough chances. So there's 3 points there.
I'll take the third one, yeah. Why are you letting your son watch that team from the other side of the city? But apart from that, carry on, GB.
Aye, James. I mean,
he's right. We're not making enough chances, mate.
Yeah, aye, James, you're right, mate. And it's a thing that's hindered us, James. That was the whole point of this rebuild. It was to find a striker that was going to score his goals, or to find that number 10 that was going to do the job that Clements wanted. And unfortunately, at this time in the transfer window, we're still just no funding them, or we've no moved the players on that we need to move on to get it done. And I don't know. I think even Big Al last night made a good point that the manager's kind of made a rod for his own back, because now he's having to call on the likes of Tavernier to come back into the squad. The likes of Scott Wright and young McCausland and all the rest of it, they're all getting called back in to help out now. And yet they've been told that they're open to offers. Look at like say Cantwell and that, not even featuring the B team and stuff. So it's the team tonight. If they've got into strifer, then they've got to go out and put a performance in and try and get us the money that we need.
Right. Okay. What about you, Oxger? What's your thinking about the chances? You agree with me we're not making enough chances?
Oh, I don't disagree, mate. I mean, if you take Saturday, we had 3 chances that felt like Dessers and 1 good effort for Tom Lawrence. I wouldn't say that was a chance. I would say that was a good effort. Yeah. Apart from that, I can't remember. Matondo put the one across the box. Lawrence put one across the box. And that was my big opportunities to score. And we never took any of them. Dessers hit the woodwork. His header, you could argue, was unlucky. He done really well both first touches and didn't score. And for me, the first one with the lob, he's done brilliant with his initial touch and shocked me. And then he's just got to put it in target. Now, if the goalie saves it, you can say, all right, he's unlucky. But if you don't hit the target, James, you'll never score.
Yeah.
So we're not making enough chances. We're not shooting enough. We're knowing enough. We're getting a lot of the ball up to 30 yards for goal, and we're lacking in creativity, mate.
Yeah. So what do you think about buying a player like the manager is not one, signs another left back and lets us buy the guy who's not a great defensive player? Why did we do that? Why do we?
For the majority of our games in Scotland, if we get it right, mate, our left backs can be an asset, and hopefully we play and we can create and blow teams away. But look, I get it. If you're signed as a left back, first and foremost you're a defender. Attack is the second part of the game. So I don't know, mate. I really, my answer is I don't know. Look, is the boy young? Yes. Is he fast? Yes. Has he got physique? Yes. Does he look a player at the moment? No. Is he will he be a player? I don't know, because we've not seen enough of him, and we need to give him the benefit of the doubt and see him maybe in a few games. But at the moment, I take your point, Bridgman.
Yeah, 100%. The difficulty with someone like Hefty is that he's good going forward. He looks good going forward. He looks as if he can, as I say, look after himself. He's a lovely passer of the ball, and he's all left foot, which is nice to see as well. So there's no excuses about not being able to put the ball up the park if necessary. He's there. He's all left foot. He could do it. It's just that wee daydreaming or whatever it is with him. He's got a weak point where when he's defending, he gets caught out, and then all of a sudden the man in the wing gets up and goal side him, and he can't do anything about it because he's been too far back or too far forward or whatever. So Hefty, I think, is going to be a really good player for us, but we have to get Hefty to understand the whole game, not just the one that he likes to play or we've asked him to play. Sometimes he's got to get the whole game and understand he's playing with another 10 players. So he needs to be able to play beside them, with them, and then be able to go on and support other players. That's what he needs to do. I believe in sincerely that the guy's got it. I really do think he's got it. And I've not been very wrong with defenders, but I think he's got it. And I'd love to see him doing well. I really would.
Well, the other point was about Tavernier. Why does Tavernier not give the ball to the Czech guy instead of crossing and we get nowhere? The guy was looking for a return ball. And that's how you beat teams. You short pass and crosses. You don't score a lot of goals from crosses. He gave the ball away. And the other thing, if Tavernier was such a great player all these years, why would not somebody come in and buy him? We even sold Golson. But Tavernier, and I said to Fox, remember the question I asked last year? I said to Fox, do you think Tavernier will be here? He said, yeah, this year. And I said, well, I don't know, wait and see, but it could be. But Tavernier's a nice guy, but he's too soft for the Scottish game. That's why we'll do well. We do well playing in Europe, but when we're back to the bread and butter of kicking lumps at each other, we're useless. They're not strong enough. Bottles are all the time. That's the problem. And you've had that for years. And you know I'm not a lover of Tavernier. He's a nice guy. And he's done well being a nice guy, but when you play that lot or anybody else, you never see him taking. I've said it before. I've never seen him taking anybody out, putting them. Anyway, that's just my point.
Yeah, listen. For a start, my own view is I think on Saturday Tav still didn't look fit. I didn't think he looked fit in Birmingham. I didn't think he looked fit against Berlin, and I don't think he looked 100% fit on Saturday. I accept your point. There was a moment in the game where he could have played a pass outside, but look, that happens in a game of football. Him and Cherny have only played 20 minutes with each other, so I'm not going to judge him in that. is it time to maybe move on? And with James, possibly, and a lot of you'll not be alone in that thinking. Obviously, I know that Mr. Fox, he'll have a black armband on, GB.
Definitely. Look, Ox, I mean, if we get a Tavernier that's contributing, I mean, I think even Southside said it, there's probably more pressing positions that we need to change before we get Tav out the door. I think if he's got to be kind of playing that right position with Sterling supporting that, then for me, we go with that this season. I mean, if it's saving his money to spend elsewhere. But I'm like you, Ox, his performances so far this season, he looked totally frozen out in the pre-season stuff. And now, like I say, he's got the captain's armband back again, and again, we're watching the kind of same old movie, and I think that's what fans are tired of. I think they want to see something different, and so far, between pre-season and the start of this season, we've not seen anything different, and hopefully, like I say, we see something, I don't know, out of the magic hat tonight.
Defence, GB, if he was planning to use Sterling, mate, he's been injured again. As much as I like Big Sterling, you're not a great player if you're always injured, mate. It seems to be a regular occurrence, doesn't it?
Aye, and I think that's why there's been maybe a possible U-turn, Oxo and Tav. To be honest, I think they've maybe looked at it and seen that maybe Sterling's not going to be as robust as what we all think, and we're needing that kind of. We're needing Tav, I mean, for another season, because we've just not got the money to go and spend in that position, you know. Unless, like you say, a proper offer comes in that we can reinvest. But I think, as Southside stays, there's more pressing positions that we need to fill to at least get goals into that team.
Yeah. But, okay, I'm going to say something. Okay, the other lot, their captain, at their little huddle thing, hammers the players into, you see him shaking his head, pointing his fingers. When did we ever see that in our team? Another player saying, like Tavernier, what's your problem? Why are you doing something? It's like, I was watching the ladies' game as well, and they were on about, Potter was saying it was a great second half. It's the first half, the captain of the ladies kicks the ball straight to the Levante striker in the 6-yard box. You know what I mean? And they're saying we were so good in the second half. It seems to be a lack of, nobody can score a goal with Rangers, the men's and the women's. Anyway.
I'll cut across you, James. We've been joined by Joe. Evening, Joe.
All right, mate. How you doing?
All right, mate. What's on your mind?
Good. No bad. Yeah, man. I've never phoned in any radio station. Never phoned in anything. Saw the team selection today and just don't know. No disrespect to Scott Wright, but he's just a body. Like he's a cadaver out there. He's going to give you a solid 4 out of 10. And you're looking at the rest of it. I mean, fair enough. It's like his hands are tied in some way, but he's inviting guys back that he's told aren't welcome. Like he's trying to punt them. He's gone all out to try and get guys in before important fixtures, and you've got Proper on the bench. He's meant to be fit. What's the point in Czerny? Like, what's the point in even buying him? What's the point in getting him in now if it's not for this match? Because if we lose tonight, we're going to lose heavy, and the next leg's redundant. It's gone already. When you're looking at it, and it's just, I mean, I like Clement, but I mean, I don't get it. I don't get what he's doing with Scott Wright. Don't understand that one at all.
I don't know if I'm the right one to answer that question, GB.
I don't think I'm the right one either.
I'll answer it.
Great point, by the way, Joe. These players, Potter and Czerny, for me, you just get them in. They're professional players. They've had a pre-season.
Yeah, fit.
I look across other teams, and they're basically buying players and they go straight in and they hit the ground running. Why are we not able to buy players that just can go straight into a team and hit the ground running? We've seen, as we touched on it earlier, I mean, Clement seems to be like that's pure, like mollycoddles them. Like they've got to be right in the mindset. No, you're professional football players. We're signed to go out and do a job for us.
Mentally ready. The professional football players, they're mentally ready. The guy's just signed for 1.5 million or whatever it is. He's got a signing on fee. He's getting a good wage. He's mentally ready for life. The guy's okay. He's not mental health. You know what I mean? Get him out there. Get him playing. He'll get. He'll give us more. I like Balogun. I like the guys, but Proper will give it tonight because it'll be his debut. And then Czerny as well. I mean, that guy's coming out with the Euros. Why can't he play? Why can't he just put him on? And if he's not mentally ready, take him off after 60 minutes. That's what he does anyway. The guy's he's your first AI manager. Like, he's just ChatGPT gone wrong. And you look at him and he's just trying to be too intelligent. When he's talking about it, he's trying to intellectualize the game. And it's just like, mate, you bought football players, put them on the park and play them. And then we might get a draw. We might get beat 1-0. Might get beat 2-1. But when you look at the team, we're getting beat 3-0. We're getting beat 4-1. That's what's going to happen.
Can I come in, Joe?
Sorry, man.
No, it's all right, mate. Just want to say something. We've reached that time of the evening. We're going to go again. But if it's your first time you've phoned a radio station, don't be frightened to phone back because you made some excellent points, mate, and came across brilliantly.
Here.
Cheers.
I come back on, Joe, after the game, mate, because let's say at that point.
I know. By the way, Joe, I hope you're right. I hope Scotland scores a hat-trick. I can't see it, but
I mean, definitely, and he's pretty enough for it. He'll look good with the ball in the champagne. That's the thing. As a cadaver, he's a pretty well put together cadaver. I'll give him that, because the guy's got the job, a great job, isn't he? I mean, he's a solid 4 or 5 out of 10, and that's acceptable. That's an acceptable thing to play a Champions League night for Rangers. It's baffling, mate. My head's blown.
Best job since Andy Firth. Listen, we've reached that time of the evening. Joe, thanks for the call, mate.
All the best, guys. Take care. Great show, by the way. Always listen. Awesome.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. James, all the way from Tennessee. Brilliant, mate.
Thank you.
And by the way, I'm going to have a word with you about what your son's watching on the TV.
Well, I watched them as well a little bit at the highlights. So I like to see how they play. I like to see. I'm not bitter. I watched the highlights of the game.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll let you off for that. Right, last word, Bridgeman.
Well, what can I say? Brilliant show, tremendous show. 1-0 for the Rangers. Everybody, keep it going for the Rangers and let's shout. That's your team. Keep it going for the Rangers.
Here. GB.
Yeah, it's brilliant first half there for us, and great phone calls for James and Joe. That's his great points and great discussion. So hopefully we'll hear from them after the match.
Yeah. Thanks to James and Joe for joining us. Good calls. Thanks to yourself, GB, and the Bridge, the legend that is the Bridge, for doing the show. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle. Hopefully celebrating the Rangers victory to discuss the game. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the game, everybody. Take it away, Old School Blue.